so I was gonna go to bed like 2.5 hours ago. But then I started playing a game. And then someone sent me an interesting YouTube video. And then 4 people that I love very much started talking to me over Messenger.
2 hours later.
And then I had this cool idea for something music-wise that I wanted to try out. And what do you do when your life is filled with awesome things? Like, how do you manage to have so much sleep as I need and do all the things? It's a problem. Life is really just too awesome and filled with too many cool, interesting things that all want to be done. And I still have to sleep that much. So this illustrates in one way why I would vote for not having a job, not having to fit into the regulatory 9-to-5 work system thingy, and therefore be free to explore life for 14 hours a day and sleep the other 10. So that's what I want. Oh, and since I'm pretty sure that all of those people who talk to me, who I love tremendously, will see this video sooner or later, no, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't write to me or send me things. Please do. I love it. I just need to get to them and also sleep at some point. But please don't stop. I love you and I love that you sent me stuff and yeah, keep doing it. Okay, bye. The weather's good. It's my day off. I'm going outside. Okay, so I'm sitting here for the second time now. I've got my new skates. There they are, and they seem awesome. First time I tried them on, something in the buckle broke, so I had to run back to the shop and return it. And the guy was super awesome. He fixed it up right away and gave me a new skate. So now I'm here. I'm wearing, by the way, my t-shirt on my head because I think I'm a little sunburned. I want to protect my head while I skate to the ship. I'm going to take you along for the ride. Okay, quick message from the future here. So my skate was awesome, but I had my GoPro attached to my side strap of my backpack, and I can't watch the footage for longer than a few seconds without getting sort of motion sickness because it shakes so much. I'm gonna do my best to edit some nice shots for you, but yeah, so that's why there's not so much skating footage. The skate was awesome though. Okay, so I just came back inside. I sweat like crazy. Skating for the first time in like 3, 4, 5 years maybe. Maybe not the best idea to do it like at like 30 degrees in the sun. But it was super fun. I'm so happy I got those. I really needed the exercise and the moving and the air flowing in my face. And to me, it kind of feels like flying to skate, whether it's on a board or on skates or on a snowboard or whatever. And I love that feeling more than anything. So, all good. Does anyone else have this thing where you kind of want to learn something new and you watch a bunch of tutorials on YouTube or buy a tutorial somewhere and then you watch it all and you go through it and you're like, I knew everything that they just told me of how to work with this software, equipment, whatever it is that you're learning. And then you still don't feel like you know, like you don't feel proficient at the thing that you're trying to learn. So you go look for a few more tutorials or how to or whatever, and everything they tell you, you already know, but you still don't feel like you actually know the thing. Is that familiar to anyone else? I want to like learn a bunch of things right now, and wherever I go on YouTube or whatever, I only find people explaining what to me seems to be the bare basics, and I know the basics. But if anyone would ask me, I wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, I know that thing. I'm pretty good at it." Because I don't feel proficient. I feel like I know the basics, but not like I am a pro. It seems this kind of like knowledge that you only get when you use something for like 10, 15 years, or you do something for that amount of time. But it seems like there are very few people who are like making an effort to take you from that basic understanding level to a further level by explaining the meta concepts that you need to understand. Because personally, that's how I like to learn. Like, you can tell me something 100 million times, but all I need is the meta concepts, and then I just need to do it for a while, and then I'll get it. Yeah, but I'm having a hard time finding places where I can get that kind of, instructions or whatever, help with learning. Hey Merlin, I bet you can't sleep because you have all these ideas and you have all these things that happened today and you want to tell everybody about it. Oh God, Mind-Merlin, can you not just let me sleep one night, please? Well, it's your fault for shoving all these ideas on my face all the time. I can't sleep either. Okay, fine. So I had this really cool conversation today where I talked to a friend about a video and then we shared what we thought about it or what it inspired in us. And I want to tell you about it. Okay, so this video and the conversation that I wanted to talk to you about, I will put a link to the video there. So basically, it's a video about two perfect vortex rings that collide. It's a very old experiment that someone did a while, and then a YouTube channel that I also quite enjoy. Again, link here. Here. And so then a YouTube channel that I quite enjoy tried to replicate that experiment, and they also did succeed in the end. It's really cool to watch if you're into that kind of stuff, but then I started to talk to my friend about it, who had sent me this video, and they had asked me like, how do I feel about it, and like, what does it inspire in me, and I had asked them what does it inspire in them. So what I said was this. For me, I was first just fascinated, and then it made me think of life. To me, what life does is exactly like those vortexes. It's like when a couple makes a baby, or a band makes a song, or some friends have a great talk, or an artist creates something. It is the inevitable beauty of existing in an interactive world. It is what defines connection. It is how we interact beautifully, and what many humans are afraid of, because it isn't entirely controllable. So that's what I thought when I watched the video, and maybe you want to let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you happy now? Yes, thank you. Maybe now we can sleep, and then tomorrow you will remember to record all the stuff that you wanted to say after the thing that we just did. Fine. Good night. Hey, Merlin. Merlin. Hey, Merlin, wake up. What? I thought we could sleep now. Well, you forgot to mention the thing that you also wanted to tell them about the feelings and the emotional OE. Fine, I will also tell them the thing about the feelings and the emotional OE, okay? Okay. Okay, so to be honest, I don't fully remember what my thought was with the emotional OE and all that stuff, but I know it was along those lines. So, when you have a really emotional OE, it's sort of hard to explain what that feels like, but I know that sometimes I basically need an emotional input that is so standard. Like when you watch like a really unspectacular Hollywood movie where nothing is surprising and all the emotions seem to sort of be prefabricated, but somehow that has just the right amplitude to not be too intense to overload me, but also to not be too empty of emotion so that I don't feel something. And that somehow is like a pleasant stimulation, so sometimes I really want that. It's also like basically some things I avoid unless I'm in a place, space, time area where I can really make sure I can regulate afterwards, like certain music or movies or books, stories that I really like, or even like things that people tell me. Because if I do pay attention to them and I experience the full like tsunami of emotions that creates inside of me, I need to be able to make a safe space for that, to actually experience that and like enjoy it, and to be like absolutely safe while doing so. So in a normal state of being like out here in the airport, I could not possibly do that. And therefore I run around with something that's sort of like an emotional silencer or like an isolation on it. And sometimes this like very bland type of taste, emotional stimulation from movies or like pop songs or something, has just the right frequency to sort of help me take this silencer off in a like not uncomfortable way, and then it feels like really freeing. So yeah, I think that's partially also why I really like mushy stuff sometimes, or why I like to watch Hollywood movies sometimes, even though I don't find them intellectually stimulating. There's something about the emotional quality and the not intenseness of it that makes it really pleasant for me. So I think that's more or less what I was thinking about, and maybe I'll let you know if it comes back. I hope this is enough to like have Mind-Merlin leave me alone and sleep. Hey Merlin. 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 Yes, what? Can you turn off the light? Oh man. Good night.